Hello everyone, welcome back, and this is the concluding video for crafting a simple coming soon web page. In our last video, this is where we were, and then today we are going to be designing our countdown timer, and it will be at this section, this bottom section. So let's go to our text editor. Now this div that is carrying our countdown timer class is where we're going to be inputting all the rest of our code. So you just come here and you hit your enter, and then we're going to be creating some other tags, HTML tags inside here. The first one is going to be a div tag, which we have a class, and the class we're just going to be using text left, which we are picking from our Bootstrap CSS. And then we have another data date, data date. We'll come back and fill in that place by the time we are wrapping up this video. So now the next one we're having on that div tag, and that div tag we're going to be having a class called item, and then we're having a next we'll be having a span tag, and then in the span tag we'll be having data for our days. Outside it, now in between the two span, you just put your figure 0. So the next one we're having a paragraph tag, and we are filling in days there. And then we also finally have a small tag, and we'll put our column there. Now we're going to be repeating this section for our hours, minutes, and our seconds. So we're just going to be changing some things. For the days, we're changing the days, and we're fixing hours. Yes, everything looks nice. We're fixing another one for this. This is going to be for the minutes, and the last one for the seconds. Seconds. Why for the seconds? We would not need any column for the seconds, so we're deleting that part. We'll save, and we'll go back to our browser, and when we refresh, we already have it here. So we use our CSS to fix this. So let's get back to our text editor, and let's go to our style.css. And first we are going to begin with writing our CSS style for the countdown timer, which is the parent div. So you fix your dot, and then we're going to set the position to relative, and text align, and we're using center. Next we're going to have dots. We're going to be relating with the items now. Dot item. If you come back to your HTML, you see that after the timer we have the item. If you remember, I said this one text left is picking its styling from our Bootstrap. So the next one now we are going to be working on is the item. After the item, we'll work on our span, on our paragraph, and on our small. Setting our CSS for our item, but we'll still be carrying it from our countdown timer, and this time we're going to go to our item. And then first we're going to have our position, relative, and display. And we'll be having it inline block, text align, we'll set it to center, padding, we're going to set first one to 0 pixel and the second one to 25 pixel, and that should do that for the item. So if you notice now, everything is now at the center. So the next one, now we're going to go set up for our span. Our span is the next one we want to work on. And so we're having our dot count down timer dot item and our span. And the first thing we are doing is setting the color, and the color we're using is white for me. Next is the font weight, which we're setting to 700. Next is the font size, which we're setting to 48 pixel. Next is the line height, which we're setting to 58 pixel. And last for this one, we're going to be setting a margin bottom, and that will be 6 pixel. So let's save and let's see what we have now. So now for the span, which is carrying the 0000, which we have put in our HTML, if you noticed, for each span we had a 0. Span for days, span for hours, span for minutes, span for seconds. So now we'll move to the next one, which is going to be the small. Let's work on the small. Dot item small, and first we're going to have the font size 50 pixel. Next is the font weight, let's use 600. Next is the position. For this one we want to use absolute, and then right, I want to give a little difference with the right, -9 pixel. And then top, let's set the top to 13 pixel. The color for this one, let's make a change. Let's use red. Let's save and let's come back. Let's refresh, and if you notice now we have red for the span, which is a column. Now we want to work on the paragraph tag. So for the paragraph tag, we're still calling up our count down timer, and we're still looking into through our item. And now for the paragraph, so let's still give it a color, and let's still leave the color to be red. Font size, font size 13 pixel. Font weight, let's use 600. Then our margin, let's use a margin top of 3 pixel. And text transform, let's do text transform to upper, so instead of small letters just be capital letters. Line height of 23 pixel. Then font family, we're going to be using this. Then let's set it to be important. So I noticed that there was an error here. We use font family instead of font weight. We're supposed to use font weight and not font family. So let's correct this. Check yours and make the correction. Now everything is going to be changing. All right, so now we are good to go. Now all we need now is to get our countdown timer running, and for this we are going to be needing some JavaScript library. I've made it easy for us. So once you go to my website, go check technology.com/download/access file. The files we are using for this video is all there. Download this for the CSS. So now for the JS, we have the main, we have the Bootstrap JS, the jQuery, and then we have the countdown library. So you could just download the 4 of them and you copy them and put in your JS folder. Alright, so once you're done, you have the 4 of them, you just copy them. For me, I'll cut them. I'll go back to my desktop. There's my coming soon folder. I go to the JS and I put it in there. So I go back to my text editor, and all we're going to do now is below this section close tag, the section close tag below it, before the end body, we're going to link up our JavaScript for the new files. Script tag with source, and then here we're going to add a type, and we're going to be adding it as a text/JavaScript. Then we come to the source. Already we know how to get the source, JS, and then we take the first one, and then we could do this for the remaining one. So I'm just going to copy and paste. We have 4, so I'm just going to delete this. I'm going to have the JS. The next one is countdown. Then I have the JS. JS, and the last one is my main. I'd like us to move this jQuery above. Yeah, so once we save, it's there but still not running because we still have to add some other things. Still not running. So the other thing we are adding, it's you come up to this place. There's a place I told you that we're going to visit later. That's this line where you have your text left. First you're going to put a class and you're going to call it countdown, and then right here you're going to put in the date you want the countdown to stop. For me, I'm going to be using January 1st 2024. I'm asking it to stop at 23 column 59:59. So once I hit my save and I go back to my main page, voila, the counter starts counting. So now a quick one. Once you go to the main JS, I think that's where I just want to focus on now. You find out that in the main JS, inside this script, I have implemented that CSS class which I have in my index. This is the countdown. and this countdown is picking its function countdown library. So I believe we have come to the end of this video tutorial on crafting a simple coming soon web page. I don't know how it has been to you. If it has been impactful for you, I'd like you to give your thumbs up, I'd like you to subscribe to the channel, I'd like you to also make your comments. Feel free to ask questions. We are both learning here. I'm not the best of the best, but I'm giving what I already know. So just feel free to share your thoughts, and I'll prepare other videos. See you soon.